Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Tracy, and I'm excited to welcome you on behalf of Encore and Microsoft to this session focused on streamlining your business with Dynamics 365 Business Central. Also presenting today are Aaron Cameron, our CRO, and Brennan Senes, our technical pre-sales consultant. Today, we'll explore how Business Central can help small and medium-sized businesses like yours unlock new efficiencies, connect your teams, and drive growth. We'll see how Business Central integrates seamlessly with the Microsoft 365 apps you already use, like Teams, Outlook, and Excel, making your daily work easier and more productive. You'll discover how Copilot and AI-powered features in Business Central can enhance productivity and decision-making. We'll share real-world demos and use cases to inspire you and show what's possible for your organization. This session is designed for business owners, department leads in finance, sales, operations, and IT, and anyone looking to extend their Microsoft 365 investment into a comprehensive business management solution. At Encore, we understand the challenges businesses like yours face: disconnected systems, manual workarounds, and the need to adapt quickly in a changing environment. Business Central is here to help you overcome these hurdles and position your business for future success. With that, let's dive in and see how Dynamics 365 Business Central can help you streamline your business and achieve your goals. Here's what we'll cover today: how Dynamics 365 Business Central can unlock growth for your business, an overview of its core capabilities and functionality, how Business Central integrates with Microsoft 365, AI in action, Copilot and agents, and next steps to get started. Feel free to ask questions at any point. We'll take notes. We'll take note of them, and if there's time at the end, we'll address them on this session, or else I'll reach out to you next week to review. At the end of the presentation, please complete the survey with the QR code provided, and then we'll send you off your gift card. Many small and medium-sized businesses struggle with inadequate systems that inhibit growth and make it hard to adapt to change. Using multiple software programs and paper-based processes complicates decision-making and leads to errors. Manual workarounds create inefficiencies, and disconnected systems hinder collaboration. Not to mention the valuable information that each of your team members have accumulated over the years and is stored in their primary memory bank, their brain. Today, we'll show you how Business Central addresses these challenges and helps you move forward. We understand the business challenges that organizations are facing. We see a clear opportunity to act. Here is some of what your peers have been telling us. The economy at large remains a looming challenge. While many organizations see this as a means to hunker down, forward-looking firms realize this is a chance to identify opportunities to build efficiencies into the DNA of their technology. Small and medium-sized businesses are looking to scale and are often victims of their own success without the resources to manage increased orders, inventory, financial activity, and operations. Disconnected systems and data silos mean too much time spent in systems, inconsistencies of data, unnecessary middleware, and people being busy at the price of being productive. And of course, AI is ripping up the rulebook of so many business processes, rewriting job roles and automating operations that we would not have conceived as possible before. We understand these challenges and are ready to work with you to see past the curve. Business Central offers powerful core capabilities, unrivaled connectivity, and cutting-edge automation. If you've outgrown your current on-premise software, Business Central provides a single source of truth for end-to-end processes. Moving to the cloud means better interoperability, security, and reliability. With Copilot and agents, you can automate workflows, save time, and scale without resource restraints. Business Central delivers end-to-end business process management, financials, sales, service, projects, manufacturing, and supply chain. It's enhanced by native Copilot and over 7,000 solutions on AppSource. The platform is mapped to your processes, automated with pre-built and custom agents, and integrated across the Microsoft ecosystem. It's a rock-solid ERP foundation for businesses like yours. Now that we've discussed the challenges posed by inadequate systems, let's explore how the right system can unlock growth and drive your business forward. First, it can enable you to make better business. Oh, I'm going to start that one over again. First, it can enable you to make better business decisions by providing more access to data and enhancing your analytics and reporting capabilities. You can base your decisions on comprehensive, accurate information. This leads to more effective strategies and ultimately better business performance. You can eliminate manual workarounds. Configurable workflows and built-in best practices enables you to streamline processes, reduce the risk of errors, and save valuable time. This frees your teams to focus on higher value tasks rather than on repetitive manual ones. You can automate key processes by using AI. You're going to hear a lot about the benefits of AI today, from speeding up repetitive manual tasks like bank reconciliations to simplifying the way you analyze data. AI is bringing dramatic improvement to all areas of the business. Compliance is another critical aspect of running your business. The right system makes it easier to comply with audit requirements and regulations. It provides the necessary tools and documentation to ensure you meet all regulatory standards, reducing the risk of non-compliance. Enhancing digital security is essential, especially as teams continue to embrace hybrid and remote work. With secure access on mobile devices, you can protect sensitive information and maintain the integrity of your systems. No matter where your employees choose to work, this ease of use helps your employees to stay connected in or out of the office. Lastly, you can boost productivity by connecting data and processes to the apps that your employees already use every day, such as Microsoft Outlook, Excel, and Teams, giving them access to the information they need without constantly switching between applications. By leveraging the right system, your business can unlock growth in multiple areas. From making better business decisions to boosting productivity, the right system helps you make better decisions with robust reporting. It eliminates manual workarounds with AI-powered workflows. Key processes are automated, freeing you to focus on strategy. Compliance and digital security are built in. Productivity is boosted by native integration with Microsoft apps. At a high level, let's talk about the ways Business Central can help you transform your business operations. Business Central enables you to adapt faster with the security, flexibility, and scalability of the Microsoft Cloud. This means that as your business grows, Business Central scales to support you, ensuring you remain agile and capable of responding quickly to changes. It enables you to work smarter with Microsoft Copilot and seamless connectivity to Microsoft 365. Business Central is the first comprehensive business management solution that uses Microsoft Copilot to streamline workflows, automate tasks, and deliver real-time insights, allowing your team to focus on strategic goals and staying competitive. And by combining Business Central with Microsoft 365, you create a workspace where your employees can easily share information, collaborate on projects, and access all the tools they need in one place. By harnessing the power of AI and working with the applications they already use, teams can be more productive, collaborative, and impactful. It also helps you to perform better and deliver bottom line results, improved processes with guided workflows and automation, accelerate month-end and year-end financial close, and make data-driven decisions with real-time dashboards, flexible reports, AI-driven insights, sustainability tracking, and even KPIs for each role. It's an easy-to-use ERP that helps you adapt faster, work smarter, and perform better. Empower your people with a single source of truth for finance and operations. AI-powered workflows and timely data drive continuous optimization and better decision-making. Business Central transforms businesses, operations with security, flexibility, and scalability. And this is how Business Central does it, unifying systems of record and systems of engagement into a single source of truth for small and medium-sized businesses. While Business Central alone is more than enough for many businesses, we take it a step further. Microsoft AppSource is market-leading in size and scope. Business Central is partner-led so that we can extend out solutions that industries, regions, and workflows that we specialize in. BC has the muscle of Microsoft AI out of the box. We'll spend some time discussing what this means in more detail. And Business Central integrates into the entire Microsoft ecosystem. No middleware, no bloat. Let's take a moment to look at the real impact that Business Central is having for small and medium-sized businesses across a wide range of industries. Business Central isn't just for one type of company. Our customers include organizations in consumer goods, manufacturing, retail, professional services, nonprofit, and financial services. On this slide, you'll see logos from actual businesses who have chosen Business Central to help them grow, streamline operations, and adapt to change. These organizations have experienced tangible benefits, whether it's improved efficiency, better financial visibility, or enhanced customer service. If you're interested in learning more about how Business Central is driving success for companies like yours, you can find additional customer stories at the link that will be provided at the end. These examples show that no matter your industry, Business Central can help you overcome challenges and unlock new opportunities for growth. Next, we'll dive into a specific customer success story so that you can see the impact in more detail. Sapphire Gas Solutions operates in the oil and gas industry with over 100 employees. As Sapphire scaled rapidly, they faced operational strain due to the disconnected system and a lengthy 45-day month-end close process. Their finance team and salespeople were bogged down by duplicate work and manual processes. By transforming their business practices with Business Central, Sapphire freed their team from duplicate work and reduced manual processes by more than 50%. They became more compliant and better prepared to scale for the projected 10 times business growth. The results are impressive. 400% faster month-end close process, up to 5 times faster financial reporting. Jeff Nelson, the Director of Special Projects at Sapphire, said, "We have set ourselves up for this moment to be ready for 10 times scaling, and that's the roadmap we have now." This example shows how Business Central can deliver dramatic improvements in efficiency, compliance, and scalability, even for organizations facing rapid growth and operational complexity. Next, we'll look at how these capabilities are powered by a fully integrated AI-driven stack.
All right, we're one slide away from the first demo of the day, so I'll just tee this up a little bit for Brennan before we get into the actual application. I really wanted to kind of give you a sense as to where Business Central fits within the overall Microsoft platform and some of the value of that. And really, no other vendor offers the same breadth of Microsoft Cloud value while continuing to be both modular and extensible, so that customers can start with what they need today and then adapt as they grow. Business Central also runs on Microsoft Azure Cloud Platform, which means you can benefit from multi-layered, state-of-the-art security across data centers, infrastructure, and operations with great security features like multi-factor authentication, data encryption, regulatory compliance, and more. You also benefit from a team of more than 3,500 global cybersecurity experts that work together to help safeguard your business assets in Azure. And so on that note, level of safety there, over to Brennan to kind of get you introduced to the application.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. Let me share my screen. Okay, I think we're good here. So there's 3 different demonstrations I'll do throughout this webinar. But for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be a business manager. I'm going to go and use Business Central to review the health of my business. We're an office furniture retailer. Identify any trends that I can, and manage the business using some Business Central tools, if you will. Let's jump into the system. So the health of the business, right away, I'm going to look at some KPIs and maybe some specific KPIs around invoices as well, including profitability. Right away, there's some insight that I can glean from here. If I click on this, it's going to drill into some recent sales orders, some larger ones. In this roles center that I have, if I just kind of scroll down a little bit, there's some KPIs here. Green is good, red is not so good. You can change those thresholds. Here's the sales, here's the overdue sales invoices. So why don't we click in here, take a look at one of these. And if we look at maybe the most, well, we'll look at the first one here. I can actually drill into that sales invoice. And you can see there's conference tables, some red chairs here, but what we're going to do is we're going to actually go and look at a summary. Imagine I'm not in making these invoices as a manager. I just want to review some of the KPIs against it. And Copilot right now on the right is analyzing that content and has gleaned some information here that's quite helpful. Payment terms are 14 days. This interests me. The profit percentage is 22%. Now you'll see throughout these demonstrations, these containers that are using Copilot and AI will most often show that AI generated content may be incorrect. Always validate. So let's validate this one here and click on 22%. You can see that it actually came from the sales invoice statistics of 22%. So I like that. Okay. Now imagine if we could get the profitability on all of the sales quotes and orders before they're released to the customers, as an example. We can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to search for sales lines. And I could further filter this if I wanted to, but this is all the sales lines for quotes, orders, invoices. And we're just going to ask Copilot here to analyze this list. And oh, I thought I'd cut and paste something. I didn't, but I'll go ahead and do it old-fashioned way. I want to add last item cost, price, profitability. It would probably be okay to have a spelling mistake, but we're going to go ahead and do this properly. And there are some prompts here to help you with this. So Copilot is analyzing this data, validating that I have permissions to access this data as well. It's entirely secure. There's no large language models being trained off your data. I think Aaron will probably talk to that a little bit. So what it's done here is it's created a tab to the list of sales lines and added the last direct cost, unit price, and the profit. Imagine if I wanted to, I can go and select, let's make this meaningful, these different cells. On the bottom right, it's actually averaged out the profitability on this. I like this. I can rename this tab. I can keep this here. Imagine I want to add maybe, I don't know, the document number's already here. There might be a description I might want to add for each of these sales lines. And I can always go and drill into these invoices or quotes or orders as well. And at any one time, I can go ahead and just copy this to Excel, and I've created my own ad hoc report, if you will. Okay, so that's kind of nice. Let's go back to my slide here. Let's do some trends analysis now. I might identify some trends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a different tab here, showing a different role center, but there's a cash flow forecast. Now there's a very detailed cash flow forecast worksheet where you define liquid funds, assets, that kind of thing. And it can get quite granular. You can actually define, I'll say, the terms that you typically pay a specific vendor. So if the terms are net 30 on the vendor card, you can actually, there's a field for cash flow net terms that might be 60 days. So you can get quite granular on that, or just let AI learn what that cash flow forecast will look like over a period of time. It will learn that, probably 6 months. And that's what this has done here. So, and then at any one time I can go and I can kind of drill into these ledger entries, and I could do exactly what I did earlier with the sales lines, do some further analysis on this as well. Okay, let's go back to my original Kronos company. And I think what we'll do from a trends perspective, I'm just going to scroll down here a little bit. And I have a few embedded Power BI apps in Business Central using Business Central data. The first one I'll show you is this one here. We'll expand this a little bit. It's an overview of sales. If you look at the bottom here, there's about 10 different reports. This is a nice overview showing, again, adjusted profit, profit margins across all sales over a period of time. Maybe sales metrics by individual. If I click on Otis, for example, it's going to go and highlight the details with regards to this salesperson. But what I wanted to do is I'll scroll over to the last report, and this is actually a sales forecast. Now in my demo, the work date is August 31st. But what you can see here is it's taken a forecast where I've defined the upper and lower bounds in the system, and it's got a very nice forecast here. In fact, and we can go and further slice this by a category, if you will, and it would go and make changes to this. If we kind of focus on this, I hope you can see this, but there's actually a trends line as well on this. And at any one point in time, I can go and copy this image or send it to Excel in a table. Okay. Let's look at another Power BI app, and I think it's this one here. So imagine I'm a senior manager in finance, or I could be in receivables. I'll show you an example of that. But there's a nice financial overview here. And again, there's about 10 different Power BI reports. All this is Business Central data. And all of this is Microsoft created. We didn't create this. This is just baked into the application, if you will. I'm going to go and I'm going to select the late payments report. And on the bottom right here, what you're seeing is a bubble chart that is showing late payment amount against average days late. And if you notice, Trey Research is almost off the map here. But before we block sales documents for this customer, let's select Trey. And what you'll notice is the late payments over time has actually been reducing significantly. So that's a good thing. And then we can make better decision making against these late payments. So, okay. Why don't we take a look at, let's take a look at that customer. If I go to customers, and I could have drilled into the customer ledger entries for trade from that Power BI report, but let's look at trade here. And what I want to show you is if we go to the balances due here, red means they're overdue. Let's just select this one particular invoice. If I slide down the fact box here, what you're going to see, my demo hasn't determined what the prediction of late payment is yet because it's demo data. But after about 5 or 6 months, it will start to learn, and with quite good accuracy, I'll add, prediction. And the confidence level will be low, medium, high, with an actual prediction confidence of a certain percentage, if you will. And that's just baked into the system. So, okay, let's take a look at one more thing. We're going to manage the business within Business Central now. And there's a couple of things I want to do here. Let's start by showing you some of the out-of-the-box reports. If I go just to our role center, and I'll go back up to the top here. Certainly, financial statements out of the box, you can configure and set them up the way you want as well, or we can help you. But what I want to do is I want to show you an example of a trial balance by period. It's an Excel-based report. And when you add this criteria to it, you go ahead and download it. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes. There's tens of thousands of rows because we're going by dimension, but I went ahead and I uploaded it here so I can show it to you. This is, again, out of the box. I haven't done anything here to configure or set this up. Imagine if we wanted to look at cost of goods sold against materials for, let's say, the large customer group. We've got some meaningful data in here. There's another tab that I can go on, and it's a printable version as well. I can go ahead and print this out if I want. I could adjust this. I could add a pivot chart or table in addition to this. Save this and import it back into Business Central, and I've just created my own custom report. You don't need us for that. We can help you, but you don't need us for that anymore. So I'll give you an example of what I mean by that very quickly. So if I go to report layouts, and let's do a quick search for customer list. Here's a customer list. It's an RDLC report, kind of a standard PDF-based report. So if I run this, you'll see what it looks like. Very static, very basic. Yeah, it's showing payment terms, maybe credit limits if you've added that, and the balance. Okay, so that's fine. But what I've done, you can see up here, export, replace layout. I did replace that layout, or added to it, if you will. And if I run this report for a customer list, it's going to ask me to download it. We'll open this up. And essentially what I did was I added a pivot table and chart based on that data, added a background, and created my own custom report. So pretty straightforward. Okay. Let's see. Let's imagine, we do office furniture, but I also exit this. Do project management as well. And if we go back down to the bottom here, I'll show you one more Power BI report. And this is going to be an overview of all the projects that we have right now. And you'll see this is a nice overview tab of the projects. There's 11, of which there's a usage profit here, total invoice profit. But if we go to project realization, type of profitability, we can see here that the average budget, or the usage profitability, invoice profitability is here. This is against these projects. So, I mean, I can go and select one of these, and it's updated. Let's say the usage profitability of 22% here versus this one, which I can open this up and you can show a number of the different tabs, if you will. But if we look at this specifically, now we're looking at 60% profitability. So this is at my fingertips as a project manager, and I can go and focus on the ones that I think need more attention. So we reviewed the health of the business, we've identified trends, we've managed the business, all within Business Central. I hope what I've shown you is that you can spend a lot less time searching for data and more time dedicated to analysis as a business leader. And clearly that's going to increase your productivity. But more importantly, maybe identify quickly in real time certain trends and make better decisions as a result of that. Okay, back to you, Aaron. Or Tracy.
Nope, back to me. I do love that demo, Brennan. I think it's a great, not just a great overview of some of the functionality that lives within Business Central.
I think we're losing you, Aaron. Or is it just me?
Sorry about that.
Oh, there you're back.
Audio problems. But yeah, I love that inclusion of Power BI into really the fabric of the ERP application, Business Central in this case. I think it's a real big game changer for us to be able to use Power BI as a reporting tool, embed it within Business Central, which ultimately allows.
We lost you again, Aaron. I think maybe you might have to turn off your video.
I'm not sure what's going on with my connection today.
You're back.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Sorry about that. Well, let's dive deeper into sort of the modular based functionality that Business Central provides. So one of Business Central's greatest assets is its ability to go both deep and wide from a functional perspective, largely based on line of business. There's far more available in Business Central than we really have time to discuss today, but I did want to briefly touch on some of the ways that Business Central can help you scale your business operations successfully. And then we'll dive into some of the details over the next few slides. So at a really high level, Business Central helps you to increase financial visibility and performance. You saw a little bit of that from Brendan, so that you can get comprehensive control over your financial data, enabling more profitable decisions and faster financial reporting. Boost sales and improve customer service by uncovering high value opportunities and streamlining the sales process using Copilot. Finish projects on time and under budget by optimizing resource allocation and improving team productivity. So we're really spanning out into areas that are beyond just, I would say, project accounting and really into the project management side, which is a nice addition for that module in Business Central. And then finally, optimizing inventory and supply chain management with insights and tools you need to align supply chain demand, enhance efficiencies, and ultimately reduce costs. So on the first one, increasing financial visibility and performance, we give you the tools that you need to take control of that financial data. So managing your finances end to end, overseeing budgets, using unlimited dimensions. And for those of you that are in a segmented chart of accounts world, dimensions operate like a segmented chart of accounts without over complexifying your chart of account structure and still giving you a lot of great ability to do amazing reporting. Not enough time to go into dimensions today, but definitely a great follow-up discussion for the folks that are interested in the finance side. You can track your fixed assets, improve your forecasting with cash flow projections, using AI to analyze the financial position of your business, shorten payment cycles. I think Brendan showed that with AI-generated late payment predictions. Accelerate your month end and year-end close process with support for multiple currencies, exchange rates, consolidations, intercompany transactions, and localized tax regulations, all embedded. To help you close the period even faster, Copilot in Business Central automates tedious tasks like bank reconciliation, e-invoice matching, I think you'll see a little bit of that in the demo, one of the next demos that we do a little bit later. Get real-time performance metrics with goal-specific dashboards, and make more profitable decisions with robust reporting, ad hoc analysis using powerful AI Copilot to identify trends, anomalies. You saw a little bit of that as well in the last demo. Connect data from across accounting, sales, purchasing, inventory, in order to get insights and improve business planning. And with Power BI, you can access data that doesn't even live in Business Central and yet tie it to Business Central data for contextual-based reporting. I think it's an amazing thing. All right. So Business Central can also help boost sales and improve customer service, that you can build profitable, long-lasting relationships with your customers. There's actually a few different options for you in the customer service world within the Microsoft platform, but we have one option embedded right within Business Central. Take better care of your customers while managing the entire sales process, both from within Business Central and within Outlook, to deliver better outcomes with connected service operations. Use BC or Business Central or customer engagement, depending on the level of complexity of your requirements, to satisfy any customer service and service management type needs. So lots of ability to start basic and grow, and a lot of different options for you to choose from in this world. Prioritize leads based on potential revenue, keep track of customer interactions, get guidance on the best upsell, cross-sell, and renewal opportunities throughout your sales cycle. Increase sales using marketing text suggestions from Copilot, which helps product managers to create compelling AI-generated product descriptions. That's a cool one I think we're going to see later. Using key attributes already in Business Central, like color, material, Copilot can then tailor those attributes to make descriptions based on how you want the tone to show up, the format that you want, the length of the description, and then once you've made those adjustments, easily publish that to Shopify, which is now a connection that Business Central has out of the box, or any other e-commerce platform. Transition smoothly from sales into service, so track customer returns, repairs, so RMAs, and manage service agreements, all while keeping the details in one place so that both sales and service teams can respond quickly to inquiries to meet customer and exceed customer expectations. And if you'd like to evaluate further, we can certainly explore some of the differences between what you can do in Business Central versus what you can do in D365 sales, customer service, field service. All right, we talked a little bit about projects in Brendan's demo as well, but it really helps to finish projects on time, profitably, as well as start projects by planning for ultimate success. So improve project costing by better managing projects using timesheets, advanced job costing and reporting, using the data to easily accessible in Business Central, so that you can develop and deploy detailed budgets for to further enhance project profitability and future project profitability. Optimize resource levels by managing resource utilization, planning capacities, as well as overlaying that with future sales, and drive project profitability with real-time business intelligence on project status, the profitability, and of course, resource utilization metrics. And enable employees to do their best work with role-based access and the ability to collaborate by sharing links to projects directly within teams. So another real interesting connection to the platform is that ability to connect teams with certain areas of Business Central for extended collaboration beyond just what you can do in the ERP system. Also improve your inventory and supply chain management with end-to-end visibility that creates better results. Deliver products on time and adapt to changing business models with visibility across purchasing, manufacturing, inventory, warehouses, across jobs if they're part of the overall operations of your business. Improve your supply chain with vendor management, purchasing, e-commerce, again with Spotify, order fulfillment, and the ability to process returns. Optimize your manufacturing output, even in agile, complex environments, batch, discrete. Do a variety of different options for meeting manufacturing organizations. Detailed bills of materials and routings, assembly to support a simplistic process for manufacturing, as well as more detailed production orders. Improve inventory management by using AI-powered sales and inventory forecasting to replenish stock based on actuals, demand, availability, and historical consumption patterns. That's a really, really cool one. That one used to cost lots and lots of money back in the day, because it's been around for a while, but now it's really kind of embedded directly within Business Central. And then lastly, improve organization with your storage facilities and manage inventory with an easy pick and put away process supported by barcode scanners, so optimizing that warehouse. And now that you've seen a little bit of how Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central can enhance various aspects of your business operations, let's explore how Microsoft's commitment to AI innovation can further empower how your organization can engage with AI technologies in an advanced, secure, and responsive way. So we've really seen Microsoft take the lead in incorporating AI and infusing it into mid-market ERP applications like Business Central without necessarily increasing the cost of that ERP. And whether that's generative AI for marketing content like we saw, or algorithmic AI for purchasing suggestions, or agentic AI to perform the grunt work of, say, creating purchase orders and sales orders and communicating with customers and vendors, Microsoft has created like a really easy entry point for customers who are looking to start leveraging the power and the benefits of AI. And for those customers that are looking to kind of create their own unique AI experience, they can benefit from Copilot Studio, which is embedded directly in the interface of Business Central, making it really, really easy to deliver tremendous value on unique customer-specific AI use cases. I think that's a really neat concept. All right. And then lastly, for me, is this is a nice overall view as to all of the different types of detailed functionality that you have within Business Central. Anything that you see denoted by a little Copilot icon, which is the top right of each function, indicates where AI is already embedded in Business Central. And I think at this point, Tracy, we're over to you.
Over to me. I'm sorry I couldn't find the unmute button, so there we go. Thanks, Aaron and Brennan. As we mentioned, Business Central can interact with Copilot across Microsoft applications. Outside of Copilot, let's discuss some other ways that Business Central can tap into the complete Microsoft ecosystem to make daily tasks easier and more effective. Imagine generating a new customer profile directly from an inbound email, no manual data entry required. You can draft a purchase order and check inventory from a call transcript, streamlining your procurement process. Edit any Business Central field directly in Excel without middleware, and generate deep financial analysis with Copilot AI capabilities. These integrations mean that you're not limited to working on one application. Copilot helps you connect data and automate workflows across Outlook, Teams, Excel, and Business Central. You get timely insights and can take action faster, all while maintaining a single source of truth for your business records. As we move forward, we'll see even more ways Copilot and Business Central work together to simplify daily tasks and empower your teams to work smarter and more efficiently. We envision every employee having an agent, their trusted AI assistant. Copilot understands you and your work context, and it provides a consistent user experience to interact with AI. Agents augment Copilot by adding skills and knowledge to automate tasks and business processes. Our ambition is to empower every employee with a co-pilot and to transform every process with agents. Importantly, we provide governance and controls for data protection, agent management, and the reporting needed to measure business outcomes. Let's explore how Business Central and Copilot seamlessly connect with Microsoft 365 apps to help your teams work smarter and more collaboratively. Business Central for Microsoft 365, collaboration where teams work best. With Business Central integrated into Outlook, Excel, and Teams, your employees can collaborate in the apps they use every day. This means timely data and insights are always at their fingertips without switching between applications. And obviously that's always something we think about when we're moving to a new application is how are our teams going to get up to speed and become as efficient as they were before. So again, we're leveraging the power of all the applications they use every day and thus expanding that into Business Central. Copilot guides you as you work between applications, helping draft emails, summarize information, and more. No matter where you're working, employees can stay in the flow of work, getting the data they need in the tools they prefer. Our vision is for every employee to have a Copilot, an AI-powered assistant that understands their work context and provides a consistent user experience. So again, learning a new system, they're going to have their AI assistant to help them through that experience. Agents further augment Copilot by automating tasks and business processes, adding specialized skills and knowledge. Microsoft provides governance and controls for data protection, agent management, and reporting to measure business outcomes. The Copilot control system ensures your organization can manage AI responsibly and securely. Next, we'll look at a practical example of how Business Central integrates with Outlook, Excel, and Teams to accelerate business processes and decision-making. Let's look at how Business Central works seamlessly with Outlook to help you manage your business processes right from your inbox. With Business Central integrated into Outlook, you can interact with customers and vendors directly from your email, accelerating transactions and business decisions. This means you can promptly manage inquiries, service requests, or process payments, helping you move deals forward and speed up your sales cycle. You'll have an instant access to customer history, previous discounts, and more, all without switching applications. This integration empowers you to make informed decisions and respond quickly, keeping your business agile and responsive. Let's pass it over to Brennan to have a look at D365BC in action.
Okay, let me share my screen. Thank you, Tracy. I'm actually going to show in Outlook quote to cash, basically in Outlook and Teams. But I think that 2 slides ago, Copilot in Business Central, I haven't shown that, so I'll show that really quickly right now. You can see the Copilot icon here. I'm in Business Central. When I click on that, this is the assistant that Tracy was referring to. And I can ask it in natural language, latest sales invoice, and it's going to go and validate that I have the right permissions to access this data, this information. I think as Aaron probably talked about before, there's no large language models being trained off of your data. It's completely secure, encrypted. There's no queries being saved except within your system. And in a second here, it's going to show up with a nice tile showing the latest sales invoice. I can click on that and further review that. I can also ask Copilot, my assistant, to explain WIP in the project module. And it's worth showing you this because what's going to happen here, hopefully, is it's going to give me a nice description of work in process, but it'll also provide me with a reference to that information. And I'll actually touch on that as soon as it brings something up here in a second. So here's a nice description of the project module's working process. And there's 3 references, actually. Understanding with methods, if I click on this, it's not going anywhere in the World Wide Web. It's actually going to learn.microsoft.com, specific to Business Central only. And there's a full detail here about the working process method, all the different recognized costs. If I scroll down to the end here, additional documentation, there's even free online training. And you have access to this now. Our competition often, you don't get access to their online manual until you purchase the product, but this is available for you right now. You can even go and take training. If you're so inclined, you could be Business Central certified. I think that's a couple $100 American. Okay, let's go and actually go through quote to cash, all from Outlook and Teams, 2 applications that you're probably already using. Let's go back into my demo environment, and I'm going to go into Outlook. If you can see this, I've got a customer, Cabela's, that it's recognized by the email address, and it's saying here, please send me a quote on 3 Athens desks, again, with furniture retailer. And I've got all at my fingertips here in Outlook, the ongoing sales quotes, orders, additional statistics, if I have the permissions to get access to that detail. But we're going to create a sales quote. And what the system recognized in the body of the email, that Athens desks are actually item 1896-S, quantity of 3. We're going to say, yeah, that's what I want. We're actually going to create that quote. I'll pop it out so that you can see it better. I could do everything from that pane, but I'm still in Outlook. But now we've got a nice window that I can refer to, and I can take a look at these details. Everything looks good. I could attach documents if I wanted to, but I can just go ahead and send this by email. Now, here's a nice email template, body of the email that you determine how you want this to look. It's added a sales quote to this. Imagine that I'm happy. We'll go ahead and we'll send that email out. And let's pretend that the customers come back and said, yep, send this off. And so we can do that all from here. So I could make an order invoice. Let's go ahead and just create an invoice for this. It's been so we'll open that invoice, and what I'm going to do is from here, we'll go ahead and post that invoice. So do you want to post? Yes. Okay, we're good. And if you'll note, it's invoice 181. We'll look at that right now. But okay, so what we did all out of Outlook is we entered a quote, converted that to an invoice, we posted that invoice. Now I'm going to go back in the system in Teams as, let's say, receivables, individual and finance. Let's go back in here. I'm going to go into Teams. And so in this channel, I actually have a tab for the cash receipts journal. And imagine we've got the customer Cabela's here. It's not this one that we get paid on. Let's go and look at other invoices here. I think it was 181. There it is. If we want to just confirm that, let's look at the actual posted document. Sure enough, 3 Athens desks to Cabela's, and we can go ahead and apply that. If in my case I needed approval before I posted this, I could do that from here. But I could actually do a preview of the posting as well, and look at the different GL accounts that this is posted against, or about to be posted against, and it's as simple as that, all within Teams. Let's go back to my slide here. So we entered a quote, converted the quote to an invoice, and posted it all in Outlook, and then we applied the payment to that invoice in Teams. So what I hope I showed you is that what you can do is essentially work where and how you want with the tools that you're probably already using. That reduces time to learn new systems. It certainly reduces time entry. You saw that with the sales quotes automatically being generated. And essentially, in this example, allows for a quicker response to customer requests. I think it's back to you, Aaron. Or Tracy.
Thank you so much, Brendan. Back over to me. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was great. Thank you so much, Brendan. Next, we'll see how Business Central connects with other Microsoft 365 apps like Excel and Teams to further simplify daily tasks and enhance collaboration. Let's explore how Business Central works seamlessly with Excel to simplify daily tasks and free up your time. Get up-to-date operational insights as Excel reports and adapt quickly by customizing report layouts as Excel worksheets. Export data from Business Central to Excel for efficient data entry, then publish back to Business Central with business rule validation. Easily analyze transactions using familiar Excel functionality, then share with your team for review and co-authoring. This integration empowers your teams to work together more effectively, leveraging the tools they already know. By connecting Business Central to Excel, you streamline reporting, improve accuracy, and enable faster decision-making. Employees can work in the environment they're comfortable with while maintaining data integrity and compliance. Next, we'll see how Business Central connects with Teams to further enhance collaboration and accelerate business processes. Oh, and it does not want to move forward. How do I do this? Oh my. There we go. Finally, wrong button. Now let's see how Business Central connects with Microsoft Teams. So we can quickly share details and act faster with Business Central integrated into Teams. You can share business data instantly within chats or channels. This means you can look up business contacts, review insights, and see a history of interactions and access related records, all without leaving Teams. Easily edit data and take action directly from Teams, streamlining your workflow and keeping everyone on the same page. This integration empowers your teams to respond quickly to business needs and collaborate more effectively. By connecting Business Central with Teams, you enable real-time collaboration, faster decision-making, and improved productivity. Employees can stay in the flow of work, accessing the information they need and tools they use every day. Next, let's have a look at how Business Central enables access to key business data for more users, even those with only a Microsoft 365 license. Here's an exciting update. You can now access Business Central cards and tables that have been shared with you in Teams, even if you only have a Microsoft 365 license. This means you can unlock important business data, improve collaboration, and enhance decision-making without needing to purchase additional Business Central licenses. Read-only access is granted through your Microsoft 365 license as configured by your admin. More team members can view and interact with business data in Teams, making it easier to stay informed and work together. This feature helps organizations maximize their Microsoft 365 investment and extend Business Central value to a broader audience. Let's look at another real-world example of how Business Central is helping organizations revolutionize their workflows. Omega Industries, which is a customer of Encore's, operates in the industrials and manufacturing sector with over 100 employees and based in North America. Omega realized it needed to update its project management and financial data systems to avoid delays and remain competitive in the railroad supply industry. After launching Business Central, Omega's finance employees realized time savings of up to 50%, getting more done each day. The company was able to maintain effective operations even during interruptions from a cyber attack. Results included up to 50% time saving for finance employees and a 60% reduction in month-end closing processes. As Maria Leonard, Corporate Financial Controller at Omega said, between efforts towards automation using Dynamics 365 Business Central and implementing tandem applications, we've helped employees cut time spent on routine tasks by up to 50%. And if you'd like to read the full story, that link will be provided in the presentation. This example shows how Business Central can deliver dramatic improvements in efficiency and resilience, even in the face of unexpected challenges. Next, we'll discuss how Business Central is tailor-made for businesses like yours, leveraging the full power of Microsoft AI.
Right, on the home stretch, we kind of saved the best for last. Everyone seems to be interested in these days, AI, and let's dive a little bit deeper into it. All right, so before we start, there's a couple of cornerstones that I'd like to kind of talk about from a Microsoft perspective when it comes to AI. One is that AI has really been around for decades, and really, it's only the recent advent of, say, ChatGPT that has really kind of pushed it forward and made it generally available to public and consumable. And so know that it is not necessarily a brand new technology. There are elements of AI that's been around for quite some time, and lots of research has been put into that. Microsoft has always been very committed and focused to using their data and their applications in a responsible way, and they definitely want to make sure that they're overlaying that on top of how they plan on using AI and embedding AI in their applications going forward as well. In order for them to really get AI to be used by the general public as much as they want, they need a couple of different things. Number one, they need organizations and individuals to know that they're safe, so that it's secure from ultimately the start. So running on that trust, so to speak. So they put a lot of time and effort into making sure that not only are their AI tools being used for good, but they're being used securely. And then finally, that the results that you're getting out of your usage of AI are indeed accurate. They perform well. In other words, it's fast, the time to response. So a lot of their attention is focused on those things when it comes to AI, and that allows the individual and the organizations to have a lot of choice in and around where they want to point AI. So in other words, we can do a lot with pointing internally to generate what we want AI to generate, or to consider what we want it to consider. But it also allows us to look at trusted external sources as well in a targeted fashion, so that you can trust the outputs that AI is generating or suggesting for you. We can go to the next. Within the sort of the Business Central construct world, as it relates to AI, there's really sort of three general ways in which an individual in the organization can interact with artificial intelligence. Number one is just through Copilot that is embedded within Business Central. We saw a couple of these things in that inner circle there that Brennan had showed us. Excuse me. Whether it's that ability to analyze or chat in conversation with Copilot while you're embedded right on screen, asking it to summarize data, make marketing suggestions. We saw that one. There's a little bit more on the bank reconciliation that we'll go through. Those are all included, embedded, and effectively free to use for any user of Business Central. They don't cost anything else, and Microsoft continues to add new use cases into that inner circle there for clients to then benefit from Copilot and AI. On the left-hand side, we see Microsoft and honestly Encore starting to build agents, which are more consumption-based as far as how they are priced to the general market. So basically, the more you use them, the more you pay, but the more you use them, likely the more benefit you're getting out of them. But these are all out-of-the-box agents that Microsoft and Encore has produced in order to kind of streamline very, very specific processes. I think we talk about at least the first two in a slide coming up in just a little bit. And then the very, very outer rung is that ability to engage with Copilot Studio to, as a customer, kind of build out your own scenarios. Certainly, you can use Encore services to build out some scenarios that you might be thinking of when it comes to unique Copilot and AI use cases. But all those tools are there and effectively embedded and engageable directly from Business Central, enabling organizations to kind of embed all of that right in their ERP and make it real and individual.
I think you froze again, Aaron.
I feel like my internet connection is about as under the weather as I am today. I'm back. We can go to next. There's a number of different ways that the individual user can interact with AI through Copilot. We saw Brendan do a little bit of this, so using that concept of asking AI how to do a particular process or help you learn how Business Central operates in a particular way. We can use it to find very specific pages or screens, as well as unique pieces of data within Business Central. We can use it to compare. We'll talk a little bit again about that bank reconciliation. So taking that file from the bank and comparing it to what we have in terms of our data, as well as incoming, say, purchase invoices, comparing that to what we have on PO. We saw Brendan do a little bit of analysis using AI to both organize data and drill into data a little bit further. And then we can also use it to suggest. For example, the one that you saw was specifically using it to suggest what type of marketing description a particular item could have. All right, let's move to that next one. So the concept of AI is really there to help us do our analysis, but do it faster. Number one, it helps us find and highlights different spots that could need or want our attention or our eyeballs on them, and does all of that low level kind of dirty work in and around the formatting of data so that you can ultimately best consume it. So it's not trying to do all of the thinking for you, but it is trying to take away a lot of that grunt work so that you can use the brain power that you've got in your day to really focus on analyzing the data from that human perspective versus using all of it to find data and
I think we lost you again, Aaron.
right, reconnected again. Also have that ability to chat with the system based on how ultimately the system works. So right in the fabric of Business Central, you can ask it questions, you can have it look up data, all just using your natural language as if you were talking to effectively a colleague. Let's go to next before my audio cuts out again. Talked a lot about bank reconciliation, so literally dragging and dropping that bank statement directly into Business Central and having that compare itself to the transactions that is in your bank ledger in Business Central, and making those connections to those transactions that are obvious, and then highlighting the ones that aren't, so that you can then focus your attention on the areas of the bank rec that needs the attention the most. All right, let's move on. Next one. And then one of kind of my favorite elements of this is the pervasiveness of Copilot throughout the overall platform. I don't know that Microsoft has always been good at communicating this message, but you'll notice that you probably felt like there's Copilots everywhere. Copilot is really just a single term that is largely your window into AI. So if you think of Copilot as that sort of window into all that is AI, I think it kind of helps a little bit understand the breadth of the AI, within Microsoft. But that Copilot also allows us that window throughout the entire Microsoft platform and ecosystem. So that ability to see into emails and then use those emails to generate transactions in Business Central, or see into Teams-based actions and functions that again connect itself back into Business Central. And obviously that final one, that Excel-based one, which is one of my favorites, and that interaction between Copilot, Excel, and Business Central is a really cool one, where I think there's just a massive amount of untapped potential when it comes to users of data coming from Business Central. We can move to that last one, which is one of the most interesting ones in my opinion. But the concept of embedding agents to automate processes, roles, in effect within the business is one of the really most interesting ones in my mind, and one of the areas that Encore is building our own functionality within the agents. But what we'll be able to show you today is effectively how we can use AI to interact with customers, to do all of the grunt work related to taking orders and fulfilling orders and sending quotes and basic communications back to customers for items that they may want to purchase. It's a relatively simple example, but I think the way in which it actually functions is pretty amazing in terms of its ability to save time and effort. I think we're like days away from being able to launch on that payables agent side. I think it's still in development, but it's almost out. That's another really cool example of what we can do, not just on the sales side, but also on the payable side, to streamline that purchasing and receiving process as well. And I think on that note, Brendan's going to actually show us the last little bits, some of those examples of AI in action.
Okay, let me share my screen. And yes, Aaron, I've got two examples. As you mentioned, I've shown quite a bit of the, I'll say, conversational style AI sets of functionality. Add these columns, explain this, summarize this invoice. But here's some non-conversational ones. The autonomous AI agents are kind of beasts on their own, but I'll show you the bank reconciliation with Copilot. And then I'll show you specifically, Aaron just talked about the payables agent and the sales order agent. I'll show the sales order agent in action as well. So, okay, let's jump into my sandbox. I'm going to go to bank account reconciliations. And I don't actually have a bank set up in my demo environment, but I did have some demo data to show you. On the left are the bank statement lines that we're going to reconcile against the bank account ledger entries that are on the right. And so we'll click Reconcile, Copilot. You've seen this a few times now. This is that container. This is the query we made, and you can discard it or keep it, always validate, and that's what we're about to do right now. The first of the three lines was auto-matched. So if we click on this proposal, as Aaron mentioned, this is machine learning that match these, the dates, the amounts are the same, pretty straightforward. Business Central's had that for at least 5 or 6 years now. So, okay, so that proposal looks good. I want you to look at the second one here, the amount of 16,487. If we click on Copilot's proposal for that, what Copilot did is added these two ledger entries and matched against that one statement entry. So that's pretty powerful. If you can imagine, it's a simple example, but if this was 50 or 150 lines long, just the hours of time that would bring you. Okay, so that's the bank account reconciliation. Let's go into sales order agent. If I go back to my role center, if you can see up here, this is the sales order agent. And as Aaron mentioned, it consumes Copilot credits. So it's beyond the included licensing of Business Central that I showed you with everything else. And as such, it's actually showing specific KPIs here to ensure that you're getting a return on your investment, if you will. I've turned it on. It's only been on for an hour, but it's already saved me some time. It analyzes and decides whether the actual emails are sales related or not. And in my example, it created 2 quotes and 2 orders. I'm going to show you an example of that. What I'll do is I'll click on this, and it's showing this Copilot pane, if you will, on the side. I think Aaron and Tracy had mentioned before, human in the loop. You may want to validate before you make or let the sales or payables agent just automatically do things, although you can make them fully autonomous once you feel comfortable. But here's an email that came from our customer from a datum. And right away, what's happened is instead of it creating that quote automatically, the sales order agent tapped me as a sales manager to say, hey, you need to check item availability because we're short on stock. And so there's different things I can do in the system. Imagine if I just made those changes. Maybe we do have availability, or I moved something to a different location. And I can give instructions to this agent and say, go ahead and continue. And it's going to go ahead and work on answering Peter. I'll show you the amount of saving time here. Previous quote and order that the sales order agent sent to Peter. So here I am, Peter, with the datum. Peter asked, I'd like a quote on 5 Athens desks, 20 Berlin chairs. The sales order agent replied, thank you for your request. This is exactly how the sales order agent replied. I have not jerry-rigged this or anything. This is the email that showed up in Peter's inbox, and of course you can change the details of the email signature. But this is quite a nice response. I'll actually show you the quote with a preview. It's basically used the sales quote in Business Central. And if you'll notice here, I hope you can see this, in the system, if a datum purchases 5 or more Athens desks, they get a 10% discount. And so the sales order agent recognized that and applied the discount here. And then when Peter confirmed, also I should show you that there's a nice soft close by our sales order agent. If you'd like to convert this to a sales order, please let me know. Peter said, yeah, looks good. Please send it to our main address on file. And the response from our agent was this, with a sales order, so converted the quote to an order. Thank you for your confirmation. Your order has been processed and will be shipped to your main address on file. So it's responded to the body of the text as well, beyond just creating an order. And that's it. It's all in the system and done autonomously. You can set this up for specific, I'll say, customers or customer groups to be 100% autonomous and not have that human in the loop. There's different ways that you can configure and set up these sales order agents. And of course, the same idea with the payables agents. So let's just go back to my slide here. I showed you the bank reconciliation with Copilot, and I hope that you could see that it's certainly accurate. It's much faster, and likely would save you hours of time just with that function alone. And with the autonomous AI agents, depending on your situation, it'll allow you to do faster quote and order processing. Same on the payables side, significantly boosts productivity for those departments as well. I think it's back to you, Erin.
Actually, it's back over to me. Thank you.
Sorry, Tracy.
That's all good. All good. Thank you so much, Brennan. All right. We've covered a lot of material today, and we look forward to continuing this conversation. So please connect with your account manager to learn more, or any of us on this call. We love to talk about all the it's changes every day. There's a new functionality coming out all the time, and we're super excited to share that with you. You can review all of the Dynamics 365 Business Central content up on our website, as well as the Copilot and AI information. Check out the new D365 Business Central videos, especially the ever-evolving Copilot capabilities. And we have our own YouTube channel, which we've published lots of videos up on there, even videos that have training videos for Business Central as well. So 2026 is a great time to start your transition, and we look forward to working with you. After the presentation, you'll be sent, obviously, the link to fill out the survey, or you can take a screenshot of the QR code. And again, if you had any questions, please feel free to put them into the chat, and we can get back to you on any of those questions. But thank you so much, Erin. Although you're under the weather, what a champion. Thank you so much for still being with us today. And thank you, Brennan, as well. And all of you, have an amazing day. And thank you so much for joining us today.